Hi there, fellow YouTubers. This is Bess Boomer back with you. Um, One of my last few videos while still at Prescott National Forest. So beautiful, and I hate to leave it. The temperature is just perfect. Today I'm going to talk about CNN, or I call it crazy CNN. I know a lot of people watch it. I know a lot of Democrats watch it. And my my thought is we really need to watch different channels, because if that's where you get all your news, no wonder people are so biased. CNN, I guess it's been around since the 1980s, and it started off that their claim to fame was they were the first on the scene to big happenings, around the world. And it kind of morphed into more of a commentary, more like Fox News and other channels. And it's been, it's not been number one. It's like in third place, and it's behind Fox and MSNBC. I think actually Fox is the number one news channel. And not to be biased, but I can see why it is. It makes the most sense. But I do turn the channel and watch CNN because I want to see what the other half of the population's watching. Or to be exact, I think it's like 39% trust it, whereas 50% trust the Fox News channel. CNN, if you listen carefully, well, you don't even have to listen carefully. Everything is slanted against Trump. Snide, snarky remarks. And if this is what you listen to all the time, there is no way that you could think any other way than Trump's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's crass. He's not fit to be in office. Blah, blah, blah. On and on and on. And that's enough to, I just say, that can't all be true. Some of it is, do I think he's crass? Yes, at times, vulgar at times. Would he be my good friend? Probably not, but then neither would Obama, for all different reasons. And it's not political. It's just you like the type of person they are. And I guess that's not my main criteria to choose who I would like to lead the country, because I want somebody who is strong, not afraid to tell others what he thinks should be done, not afraid to hold others accountable, not give in to other countries, just to keep, the status quo. And Obama sure couldn't do that. I mean, he apologized for our service guys. Bull. That's just total bull. Trump, for America, supports our military and our police officers, and right, okay? And that takes precedence in my mind any day of the week over whatever dribble Biden can get out, which isn't much. The man can't string words together to form a sentence. And what I see happening, excuse my breathlessness, just came up a hill, thin air, a mile high. Good for you, though. What I think is happening is the Democrats want him in. More importantly, the radicals want him in. Because talk about ease and using him as a puppet. It'll be like, it'll be so easy. It's not even funny. And that's what's very scary to me, is whatever their agenda are. And when you lean towards the socialist end, not a good thing. My thought is, if you like that, go to a socialist country. Don't stay here. Don't try to change our country to be what you want. There are a lot of happy people here. I would definitely call us the silent majority. But we aren't going to put up with that. And if it ever came to that, I think it would be a pretty unequal fight. Hopefully with our side, winning, because what we're for is for a country, and that can't be wrong. I had a friend I had to unfriend on Facebook. I don't usually do that. I can take a difference of opinion, but when it goes to the extent of leaning towards a socialist bent, and when Hitler is brought up, like that's a good thing, like Hitler is comparing Trump to Hitler, that's another bull. If you don't think something's wrong with that, then the friends you're hanging out with, they're crazy. They're absolutely crazy. At the very least, if they, want that in our country, they're not going to get it. Go elsewhere and take your friends with you. We don't need you around here. Okay? America first. That's what I say. And if you're listening just to CNN, I feel sorry for you. You need to switch up the channels. And I'm not just talking Fox News. I recently subscribed to the Flip Side, which they send you emails, and they have many, many people reading conservative, well, there aren't that many conservative papers, mostly liberal, but they're culling it all together, and they're telling you where each party stands on major issues. Very, very interesting. And when you read that, totally non-biased, non-judgmental, and they have a mix of people from both parties. So if you want something, unbiased, subscribe to that, and then you could learn what the standings are on the issues. You're not going to get it from CNN, for sure. And, I feel Fox is biased too. But CNN, the kind of commentary they give you is beyond belief. I mean, beyond belief. I heard little Munchkin Nadler say today that the rioting in Portland, it's a myth. Those, videos that you see, they're not real. I guess you just have to drive there and see what's going on. And don't drive there during the daytime. I heard a person on online say, I was there in Portland. It was totally peaceful. There was just a little bit of graffiti on one building. Totally peaceful. She left it dark. Well, I'd leave it dark too, because that's when it really starts happening. That's when they go and they damage the buildings, and they fight. And, everybody, you have a right to protest, but your rights end where others begin, okay? That's like Rights 101. And when you start damaging property, that's it. You're done. You don't have that right. And I don't care what it takes to take them down. That's exactly what we need to do. Talk about Trump sending in, I think it's federal marshals, but they're making it out to, they're coming in the dark of night and they're snatching up people. Right. They're snatching up people who they have intel on, who are involved and leaders of these anarchists. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Thank God we have a president who will do that. Because I fear, that if he's voted out, our country is going to be unrecognizable. And I just absolutely dread that could possibly happen. None of us have firsthand knowledge of these things that are happening, or a few of us do. If you're not there in the room when somebody says something, all you can do is believe one side or the other. And that's the problem. we depend too much on the media, and you're not getting the whole story there. That's like a no-brainer. You're not getting the whole story, and you have to dig further. You can't just sit on your ass and watch one side. You have to dig further. So it's a sad day. I remember when you actually trusted the newscasters, and if there was something that they did wrong, oh my gosh, it was monumental. It was terrible. They were fired. Nowadays, they can make up a story, and if they're caught, maybe they'll apologize, but nothing happens to them. They stay in there to, continue with whatever narrative they have, and it's not good. I think there was a video on Twitter about COVID, about some cure for COVID. Now, I don't know, and people are saying, that's just propaganda and blah, 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 and it's been taken down by Twitter a number of times and then put back up. Here's the problem with that. When you take something down like that, you're not letting the people hear and decide for themselves. When the government wants to control all that stuff, and in this case it's Twitter who's controlling this and trying to mold your opinions according to whatever their narrative is, that's scary. And again, you try to go to the scientists, you try to go by the numbers and make your best decision. And Americans, by and large, are not stupid, although I think the Democrats like to think that they are. There's a certain arrogance about some of the Democrats in academia that is beyond belief. And there's another story there about a exchange between a Democrat and me. And, what education do you have? Who in the hell are you? I'm educated, and don't think because, a person isn't educated that they don't know right from wrong. And some of this stuff between the parties gets right down to that, right or wrong. And I'm hoping, I've always thought right wins out in the end, and I'm still holding out for that. Still holding out, I believe in the Lord, and I believe that right will come out in the end. So, anyway, I guess that's about it for today. My next walk and talk is not going to be anything political. I think I've gotten into a lot of politics since I've been up here, probably because I've had time to just, get online and look, and it's been fun. We've had a great, relaxing time up here. Trying to educate myself a little bit back and forth, but I think my next one will be just some, I don't know, nothing political though, nothing about COVID. Again, this is Best Boomer, and I do these twice a week. This should have been up yesterday, and I didn't get it up. We had my daughter and son-in-law and grandkids here over the weekend, and it was awesome. And we had a great time. It's probably why I wasn't thinking along any of these lines. So thank God there is a life aside from politics. So Best Boomer, like, share, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in a couple days. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.